So finally, somebody else is looking for answers for one of the oldest questions I've had, bro. What is making some of these things so huge in the ocean? Think about it. When we see stuff like on land and we like, yo, they've been feeding that thing steroids and different things like that. Explain that ocean though. We can explain out here. We know man possibly did something, right? But that ocean? So what's causing these jokers to be humongous like this, all right? So this video here I came across is Deep Sea Gigantism, why the ocean breeds monsters. And I still don't think we've seen some of the biggest stuff out there. No, but we've seen a lot of things from videos that have been washed up on shore though, i.e. one of these squid or you know what I mean? Like, we've seen some huge things, even a jellyfish up there. We've seen videos with that type of stuff on there. So we know it's some stuff out there, man. So we're going to check this video out, man. If you're new, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the fam. We on the road to 1 million, man. Appreciate everybody shouting it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's keep going. Here we go.
We often hear the news that the remains of giant deep-sea creatures were washed ashore after another storm again. Some of them are new even for scientists. And here's the most amazing thing. They all tend to live at depths of over 1,000 meters, where even the known species are the most enormous and terrifying monsters. But what other giants are concealed by the ocean? And why can underwater monsters rise to the surface?
Y'all know it be coming, bro. Y'all know I'm thinking it.
In the abyssal zone of the ocean, at a depth of 2,000 to 6,000 meters, scientists discover many giant underwater monsters. In 2004, the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute published images of Stygiomedusa gigantea, commonly known as the giant phantom jelly, captured at a depth of around...
Have y'all ever heard of that? I have never heard of that. You know what I mean? But I feel like this type of stuff should be everywhere. Especially for the people that go deep sea fishing and all that type of stuff. Don't you want to know this type of stuff? Exactly. Why haven't we heard of this?
Yeah, commonly known as the giant phantom jelly, captured at a depth of around 2,000 meters. Its tentacles reach 10 meters in length, and the diameter of its dome is about 1 meter. Just imagine if such a jellyfish stung you on the beach. The chances of survival after meeting it tend towards 0. Scientists suggest it feeds only on plankton and small fish. However, it can swim at a depth of over 6.5 kilometers, where it can't get sufficient food.
Now, I hate when they say, like, scientists found out they only eat such and such. But we just watched a video not too long ago that said what? Things had to evolve. When the dinosaurs possibly went extinct and everything like that, the things that was left, they had to evolve. They had to figure out the stuff that they normally eat wasn't there anymore. So to say these things just eat this, what if they are out there and then what they were eating is no longer there anymore and now they're evolving to something else? And here you come across, you don't think they might try you out? Yeah, they'll try you out.
6.5 kilometers, where it can't get sufficient food. Scientists still haven't figured out how it survives, but researchers have even more questions for the giant squid. The largest squid ever discovered was 13 meters long and weighed almost a ton. Just imagine those big tentacles grabbing the victim and tearing it to pieces. Wait, what do these giants eat in the first place? The sun's rays can't penetrate into the ocean's abyssal zone, so algae and underwater plants can't be found there. So, the local ocean dwellers mostly eat snow. Marine snow includes fragments of decomposed animals, fish, and plants, fecal matter, sand, soot, and other elements. they gradually descend from the upper layers of the water column and merge into flakes. Sometimes it takes a few weeks for marine snow to reach the bottom. This continuous shower contains enough nutrients to feed deep-sea dwellers, including the giant squid's future victims. In fact, they're very lazy predators. Deep-sea squids don't bother pursuing their prey. They just wait until it swims up to their tentacles and falls into a deadly trap. This can't be called the most effective method, but it saves energy. This is important because a giant squid eats only 30 grams of fish per day. That serving contains around 45 kilocalories, and that's almost 50 times less than the amount consumed by an average person per day. One fish is enough for a squid to last a few days, but it's not easy to find prey at that depth. The density of population in the ocean's abyssal zone is much less than at the surface. What if a hungry giant squid decides to look for something to eat in shallow water? I hate to break it to you, but giant squids aren't even the creepiest inhabitants of the underwater depths. How do giant Greenland sharks survive in deep waters? They live at a depth of up to 2,200 meters and swim at a speed of only 2.5 kilometers per hour. That's twice as slow as you walk. The Greenland shark has such a slow metabolism that it grows only 1 centimeter per year. However, it usually grows up to 6.5 meters in length, and this suggests that such sharks live for a very long time, from 250 to 500 years. Scientists believe that the longevity and enormous size of Greenland sharks are associated with extremely low temperatures. They prefer the cold Antarctic waters and feel comfortable at minus 0.6 degrees Celsius. Moreover,
another reason that things could have evolved. Sharks could have evolved like this one and be doing the same thing and only want to be around these cold temperatures. Maybe that's why we haven't seen some of the things we're looking for. See, like bro, I think the word is evolve, or however, you know what I mean, they need to do to survive. That may be why we don't see certain things that we call extinct. We just don't know what they evolved into or where they evolved or they migrated to because of maybe lack of food now. And the things that they were eating, they're no longer eating. It's no different than us, bro. We quick to try something and then we'll be like, oh, I like it. Now we're eating it all the time now.
Comfortable at minus 0.6 degrees Celsius. Moreover, the shark is a highly successful hunter. Scientists think it tracks down sleeping prey, swims closer to it, and literally swallows the victim whole before it wakes up. But the weirdest thing is that the remains of seals, dolphins, and even whales were found in the stomachs of Greenland sharks. Most likely, the shark just finds the corpses of these animals and eats them. But it's a predator, not a scavenger. What makes a shark change its diet? Perhaps its usual prey rises closer to the surface to escape the jaws of the ancient Greenland shark. But if deep-sea inhabitants suddenly move closer to the surface, that could spell disaster. In the ocean's abyssal zone, temperatures range from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. Researchers say cold water affects not only metabolism, but also the size of the body's cells. They get bigger. For example, in 2011, the expedition conducted by the Scripps Institution of Oceanography in San Diego, California, discovered a huge single-celled organism in the Mariana Trench at a depth of 7.5 kilometers. This giant amoeba reaches a length of 10 centimeters, and this is 30,000 times larger than the size of a common single-celled amoeba. For comparison, if the Greenland shark could live at such a depth, its length would reach 200 kilometers. And although such sharks fortunately do not exist, not only amoeba cells grow bigger at depth. Look at this sea spider. It lives in shallow water and reaches only a few centimeters long. And here's its relative, who lives at a depth of 1,800 meters, the Antarctic sea spider. And it can grow up to 30 centimeters long. These giant spiders can mostly be found, who'd have thought, off the coast of Australia. They have between 8 and 12 legs where all their vital organs are kept. They feed by sticking their proboscis into jellyfish, sponges, and other soft-bodied organisms and sucking bodily fluids out of their prey. Imagine such deep-sea spiders rising to the surface. They will leave no chance of survival not only for their smaller fellows, they can destroy an entire ecosystem. Plankton also get much bigger at depth. Look at these amphipods. You may ask, what's so unusual about this 30-centimeter shrimp? The big deal is that these crustaceans don't usually grow more than 2 or 3 centimeters long. Participants of the joint expedition conducted by the University of Aberdeen in Scotland and the National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research discovered these enormous amphipods in the Kermadec Trench at a depth of almost 7 kilometers. The largest specimen they could retrieve from the bottom was 28 centimeters long. Common amphipods are scavengers. They gather in flocks and completely eat up the corpses of marine animals in a matter of hours. Now imagine giant amphipods rising to the surface. A flock of these hungry 30-meter shrimps could eat a person within seconds. It's a good thing that amphipods hide from scientists at incredible depths. But what will happen if underwater giants come to the surface after all? The alien creature in this video is the big fin squid. Its total length, together with its tentacles, can reach 6.5 meters. Scientists believe the big fin squid needs those colossal tentacles for hunting. The squid swims, dragging its tentacles along the ocean floor, capturing small prey in the sticky suckers. But this unusual way of hunting is still not its strangest feature. The greatest depth where the big fin squid was found was 4,700 meters, and the minimum depth was 1,900 meters. The pressure difference at these depths is almost 300 atmospheres. If the squid tolerates such drops without any problem, can it rise even closer to the surface? And one day, as you and
I don't think it's can it, it's will it. Will it rise and decide to come up and wreak havoc?
enjoy the beach, you'll have the chance to find out what these tentacles feel like. Or not. The thing is that deep-sea giants differ from residents of shallow waters not only in size, their bodies have no air in the gaseous state. All the gas inside their bodies is dissolved in the fluid. This allows them to withstand the incredible pressure of hundreds of atmospheres. But if a squid, a sea spider, or a Greenland shark decides to rise to the surface, with a decrease in pressure, the air dissolved in their body will start to turn into gas bubbles. These bubbles will clog the blood vessels, tear the soft tissue, and the deep-sea monster will die. This means a tremendous squid is unlikely to ever grab your leg, unless you're in Antarctica. Do you still want to get acquainted with some deep-sea monsters? Well then, bundle up in warm clothes, because you'll have to go to Antarctica. There, you don't have to dive thousands of meters deep into the ocean to meet colossal sharks, sea spiders, and jellyfish. A professor at the University of Montana, ecological and environmental physiologist Arthur Woods, states that giant sea slugs, sponges, and spiders can be found in the Antarctic waters as low as at a depth of just 9 meters. This may be due to the high oxygen content in the water and a suitable temperature. So, would you dare to take a dip?
Nope. I don't want to take a dip. I don't want to be nowhere. No. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. They could come up, start dying, but just like anything else, they'll figure it out too. And then you'll have that, and whatever eats them or tries to attack them will come up after them. And then, like I said, man, this planet, one thing I'm starting to see is that it evolves. And when it does, you just have to be prepared and evolve with it, bro. Just like everything else. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, some huge things out there, bro. Huge. And I still don't think we've scratched the surface. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Stick around and stay tuned. Go. Peace.